Hollywood dreams made reality for foster children. This is Foster Care Awareness Month, and the woman you are about to meet, and we're so excited, has dedicated her career to enhancing the lives of children often forgotten. Her program, Kids in the Spotlight, also known as KITS, exposes foster kids to the film industry, whether it's behind the camera or in front of it. Tige Charity, perfect last name for all the good work you do here. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor. I appreciate it.
Let's get to it here. Your own background is pretty inspirational. You went from corporate America to the nonprofit world, which you talk about in your book, Not Your 9-to-5 Girl. So what was your call to action moment?
Oh my gosh. You know, it's so funny. I was visiting a group home. My husband, who's an actor, was a part of a theater group, and they were teaching just basic acting classes at an all-girls group home. And I had a chance to accompany him on this particular visit. And that experience literally cracked my heart wide open and compelled me to pay it forward. I was looking for a way that I could give back in a meaningful way. And so here we are 12 years later.
Wow. You are giving back. KITS has created about 75 films with more than 500 kids who have complete control. I like this over their projects, from writing to casting to starring. So I want to know, what types of films are they creating, and how amazed are they with themselves by realizing what they can do?
Oh my gosh, you know, that sense of accomplishment and that validation that we as human beings look for and long for, it's that for them. And they're writing stories basically about their experience, about their life, and about the world they want to see and the world they want to live in. So from sex trafficking, they're exposing that. They're talking about bullying. They're talking about homelessness. They're talking about what it's like to grow up in the foster care system, what it's like to feel like a case number. They're putting it all out there. And they're telling their stories their way. And it's giving them that sense of pride and ownership and the ability to basically rewrite the narrative for their lives.
And so, what goes through your mind, what goes through your heart when you see and you hear the subject matter, what they're talking about via film?
You know, it's heavy. A lot of the films are very heavy, but I try to look at the fact that it's giving them an opportunity to use their pain for purpose. Yeah. That although you went through this, you are now taking ownership and you are making some better choices. You're not letting foster care define you in a negative way that feeds the pipeline that we all know to be true, where foster youth, a large percentage, are homeless or incarcerated or, victims of sex trafficking. They are taking back their power, and they're empowering other people to do the same way through their films. So that gives me hope. And it also is the drive for me, because we're just scraping the surface of what really needs to be done in terms of making sure that foster youth are beneficiaries, I should say, of equity and equality. And so, yeah, it's my purpose. It's my alarm clock every morning.
All right. Speaking of alarm clocks here, right on cue, you're marking your 12th birthday here, and you're taking things now to the next level. If you can, quickly tell us about the new venture, 50K in 50 days here.
Yes. So we have launched a social enterprise. We're launching a social enterprise. We're purchasing a building next year to start a production studio for a cause that really bridges the gap between the entertainment industry and kids in foster care. And so this is that place where the industry professionals rent space from us, and then they hire a couple of our youth to also work on their projects. So they're paying it forward. And then it's a place where foster youth will feel valued, educated, and employed. So that's our way of really bridging that gap and creating that social equity and equality that we've all been talking about, and that so many people on the front line fighting for. And I dedicated my 50th birthday to raise the initial $50,000. And we had an amazing donor that offered $100,000 on top of that. So they're donating $2 for every $1. And yes, so we are welcoming people to our village to help us make a difference.
I love the sound effects, Tige. Thank you. I'm so glad we had you here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, and happy birthday, too.